Management metrics, assessing management impact and effectiveness. When we set the stage at the beginning of the book, we emphasized network management's business significance as a primary motivation and driver for network management technology. In this final chapter, we return to the business proposition of network management to close the circle, so to speak. Specifically, we take a look at how the impact of network management can be assessed and how such an assessment might be methodically approached. Of course, the more effective management is, the greater its impact will potentially be. Therefore, we also discuss how to assess management effectiveness. Assessing the effectiveness and impact of network management is important in a number of ways. For example, it helps in deciding where to direct investment into network management technology and which specific aspects to tackle first. It provides a basis for developing return on investment or ROI models that help evaluate where such investment will have the biggest impact and whether it will even be justified from a business perspective. This is relevant not just for users of management technology, such as IT departments and service providers that operate networks, but also to developers of management technology, such as system integrators, equipment vendors, and management application software vendors. It allows them to assess where their development efforts will deliver the biggest bang for the buck. Also, although this is a technical book, a good understanding of the impact that technical choices have on the related business does matter, even from a technical perspective. After reading this chapter, you will be able to do the following. Number 1. Articulate the ways in which network management has a business impact. Number 2. Understand factors that impact management effectiveness. Number 3. Use metrics to quantify network management value propositions and measure the effectiveness of a network management technology and organization. Number 4. Develop and apply metrics to help you evaluate technical alternatives and assess progress in management effectiveness over time. Network management business impact. Network management is a competitive factor in a number of ways. Network management affects the following: the total cost of ownership or TCO of a network, revenues that can be generated from communication services, certain properties of the network itself that increase its value, most importantly, network availability. We quickly review these three aspects before getting into factors that influence them and metrics to assess them. Most obviously, network management affects the operational expense of running a network. An effective operations support organization, coupled with an effective operations support infrastructure, facilitates the job of the operations staff, allowing the staff to do more with less, increase its responsiveness, and potentially reduce the need for hard-to-find skills and training. Very importantly, network management also affects the required investment in the network itself. Proper management tools can help plan a network and provision a network so that it becomes better utilized. This avoids dimensioning the network to a size that is larger than is required to meet service level objectives and helps to squeeze more out of each network investment dollar. Other cost effects are more subtle. For example, using service level monitoring capabilities verifies the level of service that is received from other service providers. This can lead to the recovery of cost when service level objectives are violated. More important, the threat of verifying the service level that is delivered can lead to a better service being provided in the first place. Another example of a subtle cost effect is associated with the capability to monitor communication resource consumption in an enterprise. When users or user groups are confronted with their communication service consumption, for example, by letting them know when they are a top talker, internal ways of communication services can be discouraged. Enabling of revenues. Less obvious, but just as important as the cost side of the equation is the fact that network management is also a big factor in increasing revenues that can be generated from a network investment. This occurs in a number of ways. Perhaps most important, network management can accelerate service rollout, the speed at which new services can be introduced over a network, and the speed at which they can be deployed. Service provisioning systems have a big role to play here. Obviously, the faster a rollout of services occurs, the sooner customers can be charged and revenues can be collected. An intangible side benefit of swift service rollout lies in creating the appearance of crisp responsiveness, which helps build confidence in the product with the customer. By the same token, network management can help avoid revenue loss from inadequate network planning and dimensioning that impedes service rollout. As many companies can tell, few scenarios are worse than having a product that customers want but not being able to deliver. Proper network management tools for planning and statistics collection and analysis can decrease the likelihood of network provider organizations finding themselves in such situations. Network management can also impact how much can be charged for a service. For example, with proper service level management in place, a service provider might feel confident guaranteeing higher service level objectives, for which it can then charge more. At a minimum, it provides a competitive advantage over competitors that cannot provide equivalent guarantees. In some cases, network management itself might be a feature of a service that might be charged for at a premium. Examples include the capability to generate a unified bill for multiple services, or providing service statistics for users to access over the web. A famous example concerns the family and friends service plans offered by some telecommunication service providers well over a decade ago. The capability to charge for calls differently depending on who was being called was a service feature that was enabled not by the network but by the billing and accounting systems. In other words, management technology. Customers love this plan, and service providers whose operations support infrastructure offered no comparative capabilities underwent serious struggles to maintain market share.